Greetings, my beautiful queens and kings. If you stopping by, welcome back to my channel. This is Sis Kathy Vet coming to you with another Country Wayne skit from these Country Wayne streets. Now let's get into it. Okay, family. When Anthony gives Amber a pleasant surprise, well, I guess they gone from the love nest, y'all. She's back from the love nest. I guess she got her final smooches on her way. She probably parked her car by Dave's house. Now she done left. Dave and Amber's relationship has taken. Now that they back, it's time for action. How will Melissa treat him? How will Melissa treat her? Um, will Melissa scheme a plan when she finds out or gets a whiff that there was something possibly intimate going on? Um, Melissa, I think is diabolical. She's a little cuckoo. I think she's a strategist, and I don't think we heard the last of her. I thought maybe she'd pop up at the weekend, but that wasn't the case. I think they used this weekend for Amber and Dave to really connect and see where this is going and see what she wants and waiting for them to really put it out there. Going to pop up to that one restaurant to have dinner. That was just to save face. That the plan wasn't that. It was to spend intimate time with her. All the things that they did was intimate, personal, and he basically put it out there. He put it out there how he felt, and she just went with the flow. Amber is a very emotional, sporadic. She's impulsive. She's easy to get maneuvered and love bomb, and you know she's easy to get at like that. Um, all the guys found it. I'm sure they ain't gonna say it. They have friendships and close relationships with her, but Amber didn't make anything hard. Well, she knew Mike from way back from high school. They had a thing going, so they reconnected. Wayne, was an interest. And then and Ro been with all of them. So I really think it was something that she wanted to do. Ro being with each of the men that she was with, I think that made her feel some kind of way. So to jump on Amber right after he got finished from Ro, it was a challenge. It was like, yeah, I got him. Yeah, he proposed to me. Ro didn't get what I got. She was always intimidated by him and Ro's relationship. And she wound up connected. She felt like she won a prize with Anthony, and he was on that level with Wayne. Mike. Mike was a good time, but Mike was still trying to find his way. Struggling whatever financially. Always trying to get rich quick scheme. Mike, but he ain't at the status he is now. But back then, that wasn't long lasting because we know that Amber was one who was all about status, lifestyle. And then when she got a chance to get back with Wayne where her heart was at, she went for it in spite of the fact that she was engaged to Anthony. So she's very impulsive like that. So am I totally convinced that Anthony's love bombing with his little pleasant surprise won't get to her eventually? Yeah, she told not Ben, she told Dave when they was in North Carolina, you doing, this is what I wanted my husband to do. I wanted, the things that he's pouring into her. She, it's sad that she didn't get this from her husband. She basically said that to him. So if he gets back on that track, despite all of this, I don't know. Amber's very flip-floppy. I don't know if it's if she's 100% done. And I don't know if Wayne wants to write it that way. This may be the, like the king and queen of the skits that they don't want to see separate. But they want them to, Wayne wants them to go through something like a purification, some type of trauma to get at, really unleash a lot of things, and Anthony to grow, and Amber needs to grow. Amber needs to have some therapy before she gets into anything. So I don't mean to rattle on so much, but I see the title and I see where this is going. So I'd rather just get my commentary out in the beginning, because that's the question. Will she fall for this, or is she really done? Did this weekend was the nail in the coffin to let her know that I really don't want Anthony anymore, and that the love bombing and manipulation will not win again, and it's going to really show him that his tricks Don't work anymore. But Amber needs to get a grip. She needs some self-esteem. She even told Dave that on the trip, her self-esteem is shot. Did you really mean that when you said all the nice things about me? Girl, get a grip, because you say that to a man. He knows your self-esteem is low. Now he gonna play and manipulate with you in the future the same way that Anthony did. Because you looking easy. And look what you're doing with your husband. Will you do that with him? Don't think men don't be taking notes. Don't think they won't be taking notes and throw that in your face later. So watch it, Amber, because you're making yourself not look good. All right, so let's get in here. I don't like the fact that you wanna cheat and be in the same house with your man. You went away with a man and it was very romantic, so you cheating. Period. And you still living with the husband in his house. Lord. That's why. How you feeling coming back to that house, Ann Van? You put the shoes in the middle of the door, though? Amber, girl, put the shoes up in your room. Kick them off at the door like that. That's crazy. Not to the side or nothing. Them pants long, ain't it? Ooh. What kind of effect did that have on her? Look at her face. It's shocked. Look at her face. Look at her face. Is this gonna suck her in? Oh, look at that little picture that I love so much. Flowers, Anthony. Rose petals with a heart. But man, give me a break. You gotta do more than that.
Amber, I don't have the words to say, no other words to write. I just know that I want you around for the rest of my life.
Boy, bye.
There's some things in my past that I regret. But one thing I know for sure, God ain't done with us yet.
Oh, really?
The day I said I do, I was talking about forever. I've always brought the worst to our relationship.
God ain't never brought y'all together in the first beginning.
Now it's time for the better. For better, for worse,
y'all
right?
Y'all did that.
I love you, Amber. I love you.
Because that was built on definite quicksand. So don't put God in that. Why you all... No, that's creepy. Anthony. What kind of mess is that, Amber? Anthony. Why you gotta be looking at her like that all creepy? Oh, Lord. Because he want to see her response. He's so weird. Look, he want to see, did it work? Did it work? See, you such a con artist. This is so phony. This is so fake to me. So fake. You watching her from a distance. You didn't want to be there in her face. You want to sit up there and see her reaction at the door. Amber, this who you wanted. What do y'all think about this whole setup with with Anthony? This little, I guess, pleasantries he's trying to do to win her over. Do you think it's going to work? Is Amber the same Amber that fell for it in the past? Or did this weekend with Dave solidify that she does not, no matter what he does, want to go back to this? Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.